Hi guys, today we're filming GynoGal from Toronto. So if you see some people walking in the background, don't get worried. We're still gonna bring you the best recommendations on sex positions during pregnancy, what's safe and what to avoid. So first of all, you want to make sure that you talk to your doctor, your obstetrician, and make sure that it's okay for you and it's safe for you to practice these activities. Sometimes there are some pregnancies that are high risk that you want to avoid intercourse during the pregnancy, or at least during the high risk portions of the pregnancy. So you want to make sure that your doctor first says that it's okay for you to have sex during pregnancy. During the first trimester, the first 12 weeks of the pregnancy, there really isn't a big growth of your uterus, or the baby's really small that most of the time it's not noticeable, so you can practice any position that you prefer. Towards the end of the second trimester, when you're like 25, 26, 27 weeks, that's when your belly will start to become more prominent, and that's when you want to start adjusting your positions to what's safe for the baby. What you want to avoid is you want to avoid direct trauma or like a direct impact to your abdomen to where the baby is. Any position where either your body or your partner's body is causing any impact to your belly, because that can cause bleeding, it can cause contractions, premature separation of the placenta from your uterus. Any position where you're hitting your belly, that's not recommended at all. Also, if at any point you're having any spotting or bleeding, most of the time it's not anything serious, but you want to make sure that you tell your doctor so that they clear everything and that they make sure that there's nothing wrong. You don't have an infection, or that you don't have any problems with the placenta. Mostly the late second trimester and definitely your third trimester when your belly is very prominent, that's when you want to use a modified missionary style position with the woman's bottom at the edge of the bed and the man standing. So that's one of the positions that's pretty safe. Another position is with the women on top. The belly is really not in the way, so with the woman on top, you can control any movements that might cause any harm to your belly. Another position is spooning, so both people on the side. And another one is like the woman on all fours, like on your hands and knees, also known as doggy style. This is also pretty safe because nothing's really harming the belly. And this position can also be modified where the woman is standing and bent over and the man is behind. Also doesn't cause any harm to the belly. So all these positions really avoid any trauma to the abdomen, and they're pretty safe in pregnancy and comfortable. So before you try any of these positions, you want to make sure that your obstetrician has said it's okay for you to participate in these activities. Also, it's very common to have some spotting after you have intercourse, but even if this happens, and most of the time it's okay, you absolutely have to tell your doctor and have to let your doctor know that this happened so that they can make sure that nothing bad happened. And also, sometimes having intercourse can cause contractions, so you have to tell your doctor that this is happening, especially if you're premature. If you're not at term yet, you want to make sure that they check you so that you're not causing any preterm labor by having intercourse. If you're having any bleeding at all during the pregnancy, or if you know that there's something wrong with your placenta, like the placenta is over your cervix, where they call it a placenta previa, you definitely don't want to have intercourse at that time. Also, if you've been having preterm contractions or preterm labor, also don't want to have any intercourse because it can trigger more contractions. Before you do any of these things, you want to make sure that your obstetrician, your doctor, has said it's okay for you to practice these activities. I hope this helps. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to our channel. And email me any questions at gynogal@gmail.com. Thanks.
Ultrasound if you've been having pelvic pain, if there's some sort of suspicion that you might have a cyst, or you might have a tumor in your uterus like a fibroid, or if you're having